has another field that I added on the outputs sheet. This output sheet, I added a customer group column, which basically helps you to differentiate pricing for the same item by group, customer group. Now you might have a certain customer segment that you sell the same product to at a different price because perhaps maybe your cost is higher due to more high class packaging. So in that case, it's the same product, but because of the packaging, you might be selling higher. To say Costo Group 80 might be selling at $17. It's an international customer. Meanwhile, you are selling to Costo Group GY at $14. So you are able to do that in Total Enterprise. And I will wait for those of you who have such use cases to submit your Excel spreadsheet. Then I'll help you to set up your customer groups. I'll do a tutorial for the rest of you based on anybody who is willing to submit theirs. I'll do a tutorial on how to set up customer groups, pricing groups or price groups, so that you can have one product and have 5 different price groups depending on the customer segment that you are selling to. So I'll wait for you guys to fill up your product structure sheet, the outputs sheet in particular, and then I will upload this into Total Enterprise, show you how to structure it. So I'll wait for you to also tell me what kind of tracking you want to bring into your production. In the production sheet, the idea I had was this should be where you enlist all your composite products. So you don't only want to list here raw material items that you are buying from the market. No, you also want to list composite products, because you might, in your production process, you might have sort of like intermediary products. You might convert item A into a state where you have to store it for some days before you use it in the rest of the process. And that item that you are storing is the composite product. Like I demonstrated, maybe item A plus B gives you C, and then you use C plus D to give you E. Now C might be something that has to be taken through some kind of process, for example pasteurization, or for example freezing, or for example you might add something to it and it needs to sit, perhaps you have to put it in the sun, right, and so on and so forth. That item C, you should be adding it here into production items. That's why this sheet was actually created. Otherwise we would have only needed 2 sheets, input and an output. But we want to track any items that are coming out of production. And why? Because we are going to transform input items into composite items before we now transform those composite items into finished outputs. So it's good to have those composite items listed so that we can actually have Total Enterprise cost them for us, and we can at any time also have an inventory count of all the composite items that we have in storage. Other than that, our inventory will only be a report of raw materials and finished goods. Anytime we are going through production, we will lose count of the fact that our inventory is no longer in the state it was. It has changed state and is in this state, probably in storage, probably going through pasteurization or something like that. So it allows us to track the changes through production. So you need to fill the sheet, and then I can help you. You guys need to get in touch. service@totalenterprise.com. Total Enterprise is spelled TOTALENTERPRIZE. The enterprise is with a Z.com. And you need to send me a message and tell me, I'm having this kind of production. Maybe I take these materials and I do ABCD to it. How can Total Enterprise help me to monitor my yield? How can I see how efficiently my production process is? How can I accurately cost my production? if you get in touch with me, I'll begin to help you to design in Total Enterprise to set up your product so that when we go to production, we'll be able to accurately convert item A and B into C, and then C will be tracked accurately in Total Enterprise. We'll know the quantities, we'll know the yield, we'll know the cost, and then we'll be able to go from C to E by adding D, which might be the packaging item, and C plus D we get E, and then we'll be able to sell E, get some income coming in, and then we'll have the right accounting for the cost of sale or the cost of raw materials. I'll be able to see a good gross margin, gross profits before we now come to our net profits. So essentially, I hope the time I've spent explaining this will encourage you to fill this production items sheet with all your composite products. And if you are not sure, just write to me, Paul. Okay, write to me, Paul, and I give the email service@totalenterprise.com. The enterprise is with a Z. Write to me and tell me that, Paul, this is my production process. Okay, I buy these items from the market, I do ABCD, blah blah blah, and then it goes through this process, and then eventually I package it this way and I sell it this way. And I'll just get back to you and help you, and I'll probably do a tutorial that will just use you as a case study and help all other people as well who are into similar value chain. All right.